Welcome to the Cool Down Lap. I'm James J. This is the Midwest Motorsports Truck Series highlight reel from Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, just outside the city of Nashville, just over a half a mile outside the city of Nashville, last repave in 1996. We're going to see the bumps for 150 laps, 41 and 83 for the stages. Michael Samia leads the points over Justin Thaler by 4. Brandon Thayer 1 point back. Ryan Latshaw and Sean Happick round out the top 5. Dustin Ryanstedel in his cool Cale Yarborough throwback with his own personal sponsors mixed in there sits it on the pole as you see lots more throwback paints rolling through the grid as they roll off, including a couple of different Jeff Gordon paints. There's Aaron Holroyd. Not sure how he got Jeff Gordon to pose for that picture before they went on track, but there he is. And as you can see the rest of the field roll off, the pole sitters now coming out of turn 4. So big field tonight after the EOLs. Dustin Rhinestone on the 11 on the inside, Michael Samia right behind him. On the outside, Albert Williams and Brandon Thayer. Sean Cunningham also on the outside. Good qualifying for Brandon Morris. We'll see more of all of these guys as the race continues. The 89 newcomer, Adam Sondag, in his first race with us. Gives the little half spin. No yellow, though, thankfully. Gets it pointing in the right direction. Just in time for the 9 of James Olavison and the 74 of Michael Harris. Has nowhere to go, so we'll just take a closer look at the 74. Michael Harris Jr.'s cool throwback paint, the Lipton T of 74, as Ryan Sargent and the Flames Jeff Gordon paint gets by. Finally get him going the right direction. James Olavison decides it's time for him to come into the pits as we get a closer look at the Rainbow Warrior with the number 9. Here we are again. Dustin Rhinestone gets a good jump. Ty Williams on the inside, Brandon Thayer outside. The Spider-Man blue paint of Michael Samia in the 3 truck, putting pressure on Ty Williams, looking inside, looking outside. Can't make it stick this turn. A couple of laps later, we see Michael Samia on the inside with Albert Williams in the 81, putting the pressure on, no contact. 81 goes around, brings out the number 2 yellow, and we go to a restart with Adam Sondag and Thomas Fuller spin as well. So we get another restart. This time, after a couple of laps, Brandon Morris hits the wall. The number 90 of Trevor McLaughlin, welcome to Midwest Motorsports, meets Mark Cochran head-on, face-to-face. Welcome to Midwest Motorsports Truck, Trevor McLaughlin. Then later on, Aaron Holroyd spins. Not sure if he got some help from behind, but he goes around, brings out the yellow, which lets the 71 in the paint of Richard Petty take stage 1. A couple of guys pit. That leaves the 15 of Eric Thaler to get a good jump, but Brandon Thayer in the 46 has a cool throwback of his pastor, Alan Huffman, who is Southeast Super Truck Series champion from Hickory Speedway. So that's a throwback tribute to him. But Dustin Rhinestone and Michael Samia on the inside, working their way back through traffic after a stop after the first stage, as it takes patience for your pole sitter and Michael Samia to go through the pack. Here we are with Eric Thaler in the 15, throwback to AJ Foyt. And the 39 with the Carl Edwards throwback spins all by himself, coming out of the bumps, out of turn 2. Thankfully, Brandon Morris does not bring out the yellow, so good job for him that time. But here he is with Thomas Fuller. Not sure how much room Thomas Fuller gave him. Brandon was probably expecting a little bit more room as we go on the car now. A little room to the right, but Brandon Morris comes up before Thomas Fuller gives him the room, and this time it does bring out the yellow. So we go racing again. Now for stage 2, tough fight between Ryan Enlow in the 35, inside of Eric Thaler in the 15. These are 2 of the fastest trucks all night. Dustin Rhinestone, Sean Cunningham, Brandon Thayer behind him. But up front, it's Ryan Enlow and Eric Thaler, lap after lap after lap, trying to get stage 2 points. And as they come across the finish line, Eric Thaler gets sideways, and that's how the stage ends, with the 15 just one bumper, barely a bumper, in front of Ryan Enlow for the win of stage 2. They both come into pit. Then the 57 of Brandon Hinton starts with the 3 of Michael Samia on the outside. Brandon Hinton gets a good run. On the start, Michael Samia has no choice. Tries to hang tough on the outside. Can't do it for more than a couple laps, but there he goes. Finally gets around. And now Brandon Thayer runs into the back of Eric Thaler, and Eric Thaler gets way sideways. Has to catch it twice. We're going to catch a couple of views of this, but there he is, almost 45 degrees of yaw, all the way over across, 360 degrees on the wheel once, but twice opposite lock for Eric Thaler, doing a great job swatting the flies inside that cockpit as Sean Cunningham finally makes it by. Here we are with the 5 of David Yulhanen. We'll just take a cool look at the Coca-Cola Christmas paint scheme that David Yulhanen brought to the truck. We'll get another look at the wreck and another angle of his paint scheme, and then we'll just move on to lap 101. We got Michael Samia and Dustin Reinstedel up front. Finally made it back up to the front. 57, Brandon Hinton. 35, Ryan Enlow down on the inside. 11 of Dustin Reinstedel tries to keep up. They play bumper cars on the inside lane, so they get stacked up a little bit. Finally get it underway. Michael Samia tries to check out. Can't quite make it. Here we are up to 71. Again, getting a little tank slapper, getting sideways a little bit. We'll just take one more look at the Richard Petty throwback paint up close. Michael Samia has to do another restart. Gets a good run this time with 24 laps to go. Is that going to be the last restart? I'm guessing probably not. As we got Ryan Enlow and Brandon Hinton arguing over real estate down low. Mark Cochran has nowhere to go. Ryan Enlow has nowhere to go. And he goes up off of Mark Cochran's nose. And Sean Cunningham is going to lift up Ryan Enlow one more time. Ryan Enlow now facing the wrong direction. Here it is in the cockpit of Ryan Enlow. Thinks he's got it going straight. Sean Cunningham says, nope. Let's punch it backwards. All Ryan Enlow can do is watch his competition go by as he's facing the wrong way. Michael Samia off to another restart. Ryan Stedel and Eric Thaler now on the outside. Albert Williams on the inside. The Spider-Man of Michael Samia gets a good jump. Tries to check out. Maybe he can win the race from here. Gets a good run. This time it's the 71 into the back of Justin Thaler in the 00. Pushes Justin into next week. Justin keeps going straight, but behind him, the 28, Norm Snyder, gets sideways, causing some traffic down below. Everybody trying to avoid. The 51 smashes into Sondag. Just in case, here we are riding with Norm Snyder in the Haviland truck. Up ahead, Sean Cunningham, hard into the wall. Everybody behind him trying to avoid. And the 44 Kodiak truck barely sneaks by. The 35 of Ryan Enlow barely misses Kevin Mayer as well. Finally get them all re-racked. Lights go out in the pace car. Michael Samia has yet another restart. Could this be the last one with 11 to go? Eric Thaler on the inside behind Michael Samia this time. Dustin Reinstedel on the outside of the front row. Michael Samia with a good run. Eric Thaler now looks like he's made it by Dustin Reinstedel for second as Brandon Thayer and Albert Williams fight it out for third. Here we are with the 5 and the 9. Once again, arguing over real estate down low. The bumps throw them sideways. We'll just pretend like that didn't happen. And Michael Samia, yet another restart. This time, Eric Thaler was in second, so he starts on the outside. No choice but to tuck in. And now if you'll watch the 44 and the 0, try to go 3 wide with Mark Cochran inside. That's not going to work. The 0-0 has nowhere to go. Brandon Hinton hits him. 00, Justin Thaler facing the wrong way. Okay, surely this is going to be the final restart, right? Michael Samia in the 3, Spider-Man inside. Eric Thaler on the outside. We're going to go hero speed, where it speeds up and slows down as the action happens. Look at the battle for third with Albert Williams and Dustin Reinstedel side by side through the bumps of Nashville. The green-white checker here, what's going to happen? Michael Samia and Eric Thaler out front. Eric Thaler, no stranger to being sideways tonight. Can he catch Michael Samia as we're on the final lap? Side by side for third, though, with Dustin Reinstedel in the 11, Albert Williams in the 81, as Michael Samia is aiming for the finish line. Eric Thaler can't quite catch him. The battle's for third. Who's going to get it? Michael Samia first. The battle's for third. We have to get a close-up. And there it is. Albert Williams in the 81 by just that much over the number 11, Dustin Reinstedel. All we can do now is talk to Michael Samia about his win. For the first win this season, man. Congratulations.
I mean, I knew it was coming. It would get here eventually. Just you got to keep putting yourself in the position to be able to do it. Eventually, it'll come through. Man, I want to thank all you guys for putting this together. You for the broadcast and everybody that does all the broadcasting work, and Eric and everybody that puts this league together. And this is a great league. I'll run in a few. This is probably my favorite one.
Well, there you heard it from the winner, Michael Samia, who stretches his lead now 13 points ahead of Eric Thaler and Brandon Thayer. Next week, the Truck Series goes to Charlotte Motor Speedway for the patriotic race. I'm James J, reminding you to stay in your lane. Go to midwest-motorsports.com or scan the QR code for more.